Hello, I'm Larissa. Welcome to Goblins of Discord. I am typing the comedian Anthony Jeselnik. Um, there's going to be a bunch of comedian typings, I guess, coming out on the channel because I just typed a whole bunch. Went through watching videos because I've been trying to get clear on certain areas about what type is doing this, and then I fell down a rabbit hole. Anyways, whatever. So 3 versus 7 has been a bit of a point of contention for me for a little while. What is 3 versus what is 3? What is 7? Sometimes it's hard to tell. I find that because they're both assertive, and threes can be assholes if they have a 7 fix, and sevens can be very upwardly mobile and less scattered, I think, with the 3 fix. So, anyways, I'm typing Anthony Jeselnik, and I'm also typing Natasha Leggero, um, both with 7 in their type. So I'll spoiler alert. But I think that Anthony Jeselnik and Natasha Leggero are like the same trifix, tri-type, but they're not the same instincts or wings. So look at Anthony Jeselnik, I guess. Here he is. I don't know what he did to his hair. His hair was kind of it worked for him here, being this kind of chatty, fuckboy sort of look. But now I don't know what this is now. He looks like James Vanderbeek. I don't know what this is. It's like his Dawson's Creek era or something. I guess this is what happens when you go past a certain age. It's like trying to cultivate a more dignified and trustworthy look or something. I don't know. It's not working for him though, I don't think. I don't think it's working for him. Which is maybe rude to say because I think he's an image type. But yeah, I mean, his Instagram, like most celebrities, is just self promotion. Not all celebrities, but most celebrities. I kind of felt like he looked 3 wing 2-ish to me with 7 and 9 fixes, but I think he might be a 3 wing 4. But let's start watching something. Okay, let's watch some comedy. This is old.
Night. Great to be here. This past weekend, I had to go to Boston with my girlfriend to stay with her dad. Could not have been more uncomfortable. He wouldn't let us sleep in the same bedroom together. He goes, "Sorry, buddy, I just don't trust you." I said, "Trust me, buddy. I'm fucking your daughter."
I mean, he's kind of got he's like a dark frat boy is what he is. He's like an evil frat boy. I mean, I guess you could argue all frat boys are evil, but I don't know. He's got a dark edge, which would put him in the probably wing 4 category, and I think 7 wing 8 category. Head center.
My baby
That guy looks so uncomfortable.
brother's in high school now, and we're close. But sometimes I'll try to take advantage of that, A couple months ago, he calls me up. He goes, "Anthony, I just cut school for no reason. And now I need you to write me a sick note and then forge Dad's signature and make it good." And I did my best, but I'm horrible at stuff like that. The teacher took one look at the note and said, "Mikey, you expect me to believe this? You don't have AIDS."
I feel like if any type was going to make AIDS jokes, which he has made a lot of, it would be some kind of 379. I don't know why, but it does seem to be a thing.
Oh, fantastic. If you guys like that AIDS joke, I've got some great news. You're going to love this next AIDS joke. I just got an email from an
Also, for the people who can't handle this, just don't watch it. I don't know what to tell you. Oh my God.
ex-girlfriend of mine telling me that she has AIDS. And I didn't. I like your style. I just got an email from an ex-girlfriend telling me that she has AIDS, and I didn't know how to comfort her. So I just wrote back, "I know." I just read the biography of the guy who invented Super Mario Brothers. Did you know that when he was a kid, people used to laugh at him when he would kill turtles with a hammer.
So yeah, I mean, he kind of has like a format, if you will, and I did find a video of him actually talking about sort of how he cultivated this template for his jokes, which does seem very three-ish to me. It's like if he was like a core seven, even seven wing eights who are like less bouncy and all over the place, and ADD ish, they still have like the big ideas, many ideas, have to have variety. I am positive he's seven wing eight in the head center, but he's not a core. He's also very smooth. If you just look at him visually, he's got that 3-9 smooth, shiny boy kind of thing going on. Smiley. I'm gonna take your daughter tonight. Like, but you would look at him maybe and be like, I mean, 379s kind of have a look, right? Regardless of whatever else is going on in their type, they kind of look like they're anybody with seven in their type looks like they're up to no good. It's just yeah, it comes through. You can't hide it. It's there because we're little devils. Yeah, he's very like he picked his thing. This is kind of like I think a three-ish thing. He picked the thing and it worked, and so he kept doing it. And he kind of talks about this in some videos that I'll show. But he found his template. He found what worked. He found what got an audience. He found what made him money, and he just kept doing it. And he got better at it. Like I remember watching whatever the second one or whatever the one was after the first Netflix special, and being like, ugh, over it. Like same old shit. But I saw some clips of his new one, and it does look really funny. And he also manages to somehow bring this into his interviews and his everything. It's like he's sort of just like adopted this way of like setting up expectations. Again, this is like a three talent. I think it's like a three and a six and a nine as attachment types talent. And I don't think he's social last. He's either social self-pres or self-pres social, where you know what people are going to expect, so it's easier for you to subvert them than it would be if he was like a seven, for example, who's going to just be like mentally masturbating on some level with their jokes. I mean, I typed Theo Vaughn ages ago, and I've had my wonders sometimes if he's actually like a nine wing eight, but I'll just leave him at seven for now. But he's seven wing six in the head center, but he bounces around from like absurd thing to absurd thing, and I think that like a three is not going to be doing that, but they'll be using the seven strategically, the absurd, fucked up, like left of center, or just I don't mean that politically, as a way to like pull in kind of things. Like core sevens won't be doing that consciously per se, and I mean nobody's doing their type consciously unless they know about it. But he's utilizing seven abilities through the three lens, because seven's kind of seven's positive. But it can be dark depending on the other stuff going on in the personality. Like, it can make a dark motherfucker, even as positive type, it's, there's a looseness, with rules, and there's like rules don't exist. They don't apply to me. So, there's that kind of element to it where it's like dark stuff is funny, because it's like not as afraid as like a six fix would be or something.
Once dated a girl who owned a parakeet. Oh my god. That fucking thing never shut up. But the bird was cool.
So I mean, this is like his set up the expectations, avert the expectation. Do I want to show any more of this? Oh. And okay, and he does this kind of thing that's actually kind of three-ish now that I'm thinking about it. Let's just see.
I see, guys, favorite writer of all time, favorite author, William Shakespeare. Love Shakespeare. I still read Shakespeare today. And people will argue with me that it's impractical to read so much Shakespeare. But let me learn you something. If it wasn't for Romeo and Juliet, I would have totally overreacted when my fiance killed herself.
And his delivery is so 3-9, like the way he's sort of like, I mean, he's got the 9 slowness, but it's so deliberate. It's like he's kind of like a shark in the water, like kind of getting this, like, He's like feeling out the temperature of the room. He's like pulling you in. He's doing this like heart emotional thing of like he's like drawing the audience into his emotional space or like his situation only to then like fuck them. So it's like sort of this like interesting thing with I think Wing 4. um I don't think he has sexual in his type. I think yeah, sexual last. So it's like coming from like some kind of 7 wing 8 fix and some kind of Wing 4 trying to fuck with the audience. And I think he's probably 9 wing 8 fixed as well. So that would give him like triple dark wings. Um, and also 9 wing 8s are trolls. And so he kind of has that like trollish quality also to like his comedy. But he's not a 9 wing 8, so it's kind of more like developed and sophisticated.
Now, clearly that's not a joke for everybody, right? I mean, pretty much just people who read. But wherever I go, at least one person will laugh really hard at that joke, but not in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. In Great Barrington, Massachusetts, it was like a dead ape.
So this is something I just realized he's kind of doing. And I mean, maybe you can say this with other types a little bit, but I have noticed. Well, I mean, this might be an image type thing generally, but I think 3 specifically, it's like there's like this manipulation of like, especially I think probably with social, where it's like here's how some of these people reacted. Here's how this person reacted. Here's what this person does. But you're not like that. Here's what you're doing. And they're like manipulating your emotions by they're kind of like covertly telling you how to feel or what to do. And I mean, this is part of his comedy routine, but it's kind of there. It's like he's sort of like he's putting down another audience and elevating his current audience. And it's kind of a manipulation tactic on some level to make them laugh more, where it's like, but you get it. Like I'm saying something about your self-worth by you laughing at my joke. Like you're smarter because you laughed at my joke. So he's not like overtly saying that, but he is saying that.
Angry silence until a guy yells out, Great Barrington, Massachusetts is the suicide capital of the country. And we hate that stuff here. Now that's
Oh, and also he's doing this kind of 7 thing that like I think seven fixers will always do. It's like you're kind of collecting stories of your own like treachery and like how much you upset people and how much you provoked people and how much of a little shit you are. It's like I mean, I put memes about this all the time on the Instagram, but it's like you're kind of always like proud on some level of like when you get a rise out of somebody or like um yeah, you get into trouble. It's like, oh, I was bad. I'm a bad little cookie. I'm a little demon.
a tough situation. Luckily, I'm a professional. I knew I had 3 options to get out
Oh,
of.
there, he just told you he was out of the Enneagram type. I'm a professional. 3 wing 4.
Option number 1, apologize to everybody. Say, you guys, I'm really sorry. I didn't know that about your town. But if I had, I never would have told that joke. Not my style. Option number 2, point out the obvious.
And he waits for the audience's reaction. Like he's very much like emotionally interacting with people. It's like I'm waiting for your gaze to continue. G-A-Z-E. I'm waiting for your cue. I'm waiting to make sure my audience is hanging on my words and paying attention. And it happened. Like as I was watching all these videos of him typing him, like trying to figure out his type, I was very pulled in by all of his stories. Like it's like a 3 superpower. It's kind of annoying.
You should all move. But instead, I went with option number 3. I said, you know what? Fuck Great Barrington, Massachusetts. The only good thing I can say about this town is the suicide rate isn't as high as it should be.
Oh, oops. I don't want to talk about Trump, but this is how Anthony. I was gonna call him Bourdain. Anthony Jeselnik became like famous or whatever. Like this is what kind of started his career. I I live in Canada and people won't shut the fuck up about it. I don't care about the tariffs. I want to be the 51st. I want to be able to move to America. So 51st state, here I come. I embrace it with open arms and legs. Like I would do anything to get the fuck out of here except for marry some gross person in the States. But I would love to leave here. So I would love to be able to live in the States. So don't even at me about this. I'm only showing this because this is like Anthony's big break, and it's funny. It's like his first big time. And then I found a video where he talks about it. So I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. I don't really want this to be a long video, but maybe it will end up being a long video just because it's kind of fun to watch.
So please give a nice warm meal to Anthony Jeselnik.
He was broke.
Thank you. Oh, Seth MacFarlane, everybody. You know, at first I thought Seth was just famous for The Family Guy, but then I did some research, and he's actually not famous at all. You know, they say you only roast the ones you love. So this is going to be short. It's been a rough year for comedy. Not only did the world lose Greg Giraldo, but even worse, it kept Jeff Ross. Wow, that's harsh.
What
You
is
know,
that
Ross, you've been doing
hair?
this
He looks like a 9-wing 8 with a 2-fix or something. I don't know. Maybe I should type him.
for a long time, man. I mean, Jeff Ross has been roasting people since Whitney Cummings was nothing but a glint in the eye of the man who raped her mother.
Yeah, if you don't like AIDS and rape jokes, you won't like Anthony Jeselnik. Whitney Cummings is probably some kind of 3-7 combination too. She seems like either like a 7-wing 8 or like a 3-wing 2 or something.
You know, Whitney Cummings is one of the hottest acts in show business right now for no reason whatsoever. I mean, Whitney's had more undeserved opportunities than a Native American applying for college. I mean, look at this dais.
She looks like a 3 probably. 3-wing 2, maybe 7-wing 8. Maybe I'll just add her to my list.
You've got a pimp, a murderer, a drug dealer, a pornographer, and then 8 white people.
Why does Snoop Dogg always end up on these things? He's not funny. And like Larry King, like where did Larry King come from? He literally looks like a Mars Attacks like alien with skin on top of it.
Larry King is here. Larry's been married 8 times. 8 times! Jesus, man. You've got 99 problems, and bitches are all of them.
That is bad. Look at him. I wonder what he is. He looks like he might be like a 5-wing 6 or something. I don't know. Or like I don't know.
Larry King is so old, he's actually one of the Jews that killed Christ. Of course, making fun of Larry King for being old is like making fun of Marley Matlin for being deaf. It's fun. Marley Matlin, are you even listening to me?
I hate when they interact with the joke. It's like just receive the joke. Don't respond to the joke.
It's good to see you here tonight, Marley. I was actually shocked to find out that you won Best Actress at the Academy Awards and not the Special Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, I think that his like humor has become more sophisticated, like I said, like over the years, but he's saying stuff that like most people won't say. that has that kind of like seven wing eight fixed stink to it. Three, four, seven wing eight, nine wing eight stink to it, where it's just like it kind of inappropriate or something. But I feel like that's what it has to be if it's like real comedy. Like, why do that? I don't know what she is. Maybe she's a six or something. That's annoying.
Lisa Lampanelli, you're cool.
Actually, Lisa Lampanelli is probably a seven wing eight or eight wing seven. So he's like, it's like a game recognized game thing, maybe for.
Mike Sorrentino. Great job, by the way.
I think he bombed. The situation bombed. Why even put him on either? Why are some of these people on here? I guess the entertainment value is in that they suck, but.
Mike, you're doing really well right now. You've got a ton of endorsement deals. You've got a cologne, a vodka, a workout video. I mean, you've got your name on everything except a high school diploma. And Sitch, I don't want to tell you how to live.
Also, like, nobody cares about high school diplomas, I think, except for attachment type, so.
Live your life, man, but if you spent half as much time reading books as you do chasing skanks, you probably wouldn't have AIDS. And now for the man of the hour, Mr. Donald Trump. Donald, you've got a great sense of humor. You've been so happy to embarrass yourself on Saturday Night Live in the casino business.
Look at his face.
You know, Donald Trump is such a douchebag that if you look up the word douchebag in the dictionary.
Yeah, I hate this joke too. It's like these are some kind of like school jokes or something. Like, I don't know, some of these feel like elementary school jokes or something. He's way funnier now, but I mean, I guess I don't know, this is old, so maybe people copied his jokes and that's why they feel derivative to me now because I'm watching it in the past, in the present.
There's a picture of Spencer Pratt.
Spencer Pratt's probably a 379.
But if you look close, Spencer Pratt is holding up a picture of Donald Trump. And Donald, I'm not even sure if you're aware of this, but the only difference between you and Michael Douglas from the movie Wall Street is that no one's going to be sad when you get cancer.
Oh. We have a typing video of Donald Trump. We typed him 8, wing 972, or 3. Sometimes I wonder if he's actually 2 fixed, but I don't know, he's probably not. That might be a bit of a stretch. Oh, okay, here he is with Theo Vaughn. I love Theo Vaughn. I mean, how can you not? But, oh my God. I need to get more organized, but I just, like, don't want to. Okay, so here's some of the just, like, points, I guess. His differentiation from others feels cultivated and intentional. It's not like 7. So like again, like I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if Theo Vaughn's actually like a 9 wing 8. I lean 7 wing 6 because he seems like some kind of weird head type. But it's like Theo Vaughn's kind of like unhinged by nature, and I feel like Anthony Jeselnik's like unhinged, like strategically, like he's being strategically weird and provocative. Where I feel like Theo Vaughn's provocations are more like kind of innocent or something. Like there's a sort of like lack of awareness for him being provocative, and also like I feel like Anthony Jeselnik he's provocative without being confrontational, which I think is like points for him being like 9 wing 8 fixed as well, but also just like a 3 because I feel like the 3-9 stem is like really good at like kind of fucking with people and getting a rise out of people, especially 9 wing 8. and maybe three wing four, I'm not sure, where it's like kind of good at getting a rise out of people without being like you didn't start the fight. Do you know what I mean? It's like he kind of is starting a little bit of the fight with the seven ship, but it's like he manages to keep this like deadpan where you kind of can't tell what he's actually thinking. Is he making a joke? Is he serious? Like there's this sort of thing going on. And let's see. There's a bunch of stuff in here, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't like want to edit these anymore.
It happened because you've had a lot of success for a long time.
Sure.
So did that happen like kind of,
Sure.
I guess you just noticed that, like, yeah, was it more fun before? Did it start to get more like lonesome? Like, what do you,
Enemy's kind of doing some. Was it more fun before? Like seven? Yeah, like there's something very innocent about Theo Vaughn.
think?
It gets lonely for sure because you come up with a
Like
certain.
again, like what is this? What is this? James Vanderbeek, Dawson's Creek like middle-aged hair. I want to fix it. Not that I can talk. I guess maybe it's the seven influence. Nine wing eight fix. It gives you really bad hair. It's like you're trying to do the like Leo hair, like, but it's like Leo, like the star sign, which is what I am. But it doesn't really work.
Certain group, and you think everyone's going to make it. There's like 10 guys that you're with, and you're like, we're all going to be stars one day. And then like half of them quit.
Oh, so this is some more three shit. It's like he's telling it as a joke, but it's like, you think we're all gonna be stars, but it was just me. It was just me. I was the only star.
The other half are just like become writers or something.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, now I'm on the road. I don't see anybody anymore. And you get a different group of friends and they start doing movies and shit. So it's like,
I mean, I'm soft leaning social self pres with for Anthony Jeselnik. He also seems like Contra, which is kind of made up. I think like Sinflow and Contra is like a kind of made up thing, but he does feel like he's kind of moving against the grain constantly, and like he does seem wired into social in a way that seems kind of fixated as perhaps his dominant instinct. Whereas I think Theo Vaughn is like self pres dominant, and he's always making like weird body jokes or like SP jokes.
well, I love this guy, but we never see each other because I'm on the road and he's doing movies.
Yeah.
So you just lose all your friends. Always.
Yeah, and it's hard.
Yeah, and that could be like the three wing four. It's the price of success, It's like tapping into the four part of like my tragic lore, but he's not a four. So it's like it's the price of success, baby. I lose everything I care about, but I'm successful.
To have when you're touring, it's hard to even keep up friendships. It's like sometimes I get so exhausted. Like I hate to say,
Again, also just like again for comparison, like what is like Theo Vaughn's got on like camo pants? Like I don't even know what's happening here, and his mullet and his weird beard, and like they're both got nine wing eight in their type, I think. So there's just like a mess.
exhausted, but yeah, I get exhausted with like whatever's going on or responsibilities. And then even if a friend texts me, sometimes I'm like, I'm just not dropped into a space where I want to engage in a conversation.
Yeah. Or you're like, you're on the other side of the country. I'm not going to write back right now. Well, like you get in a relationship and you're dating someone for like a year and you don't see your friends as much. And then you break up and you have to like remind your friends that you're still a person. They're like, oh, I know we haven't been hanging out, but you got to start calling me again.
Oh, yeah.
Like you were on the road for a year, and you'll hear from your friends for 3 years.
Yeah.
Because you'll see someone, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "I've been done. I've been around. Like, why haven't you called me?" You don't.
Why haven't you called them? Like I don't know. It seems like some other weird three thing of like this heart type. Don't you value me? Like shouldn't you shouldn't you be my rapt audience desperate for more?
Don't see people, and they're just out of mind.
Yeah, I think the road makes me feel like a bad friend a lot. I think because I'll come back into society, like re-enter society or something like a convict or something. You kind of go do like a re-entry where you see what you have in your closet. And you're like, holy shit, this stuff's been out of style for.
Oh yeah, and all your stories are about like a driver you had that you didn't like, and they're like, we don't.
Oh, your stories are about a driver. Like it's like threes do this, like unless they. I noticed this more with threes with a nine fix, where they do these like subtle status brags, they're less subtle if they have an 8 or a 1 fix, but with 3 with 9, it's like they're more like these subtle status brags, I think.
This is not a real life. We don't know. We don't know what you're talking about. Are you at a bad flight? Okay, I'd love to fly somewhere.
Yeah. I'd love
Yeah.
to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's interesting, man. It's interesting as your career goes on, like what it's like. I think what I thought it would be like, maybe. I don't know. I think sometimes I think I stayed in comedy because I think I wanted something that you didn't have any commitments like in the world. Like I always got to,
Yeah, this is like the curse of having 7 and 9 in your type. I think less so with if you're a 3 core. But if you're like a 9 with 7 or a 7 with a 9, it's going to be way more brittle. It's hard. It's so hard. It's like people don't understand.
leave whatever relationship, whatever moment a girl was like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like,
Yeah, it's probably like a 6 or something. It's like the 6 urge to lock you down, the 6 urge to feel secure, and then it's like, you trying to feel secure makes me feel insecure because now I feel like you're gonna try to like suffocate me or something.
like I have to be in, Indiana. So we'll
Yeah.
find out when I get back, and then eventually come back enough. And
I also imagine that's a thing for five fix and stuff too. I think it is.
that wasn't even there anymore.
Yeah, I think a lifestyle is a big draw to comedy, almost too big a draw. You see the people who get into it for the lifestyle, and then you watch them just destroy themselves
Yeah.
immediately. The lifestyle
Oh, yeah.
is attractive. People.
Yeah, and he's also again sort of doing this 3 wing 4 I think thing of like talking about there's probably almost no 4s if any in comedy. It's one of the most embarrassing things I think you can do with stand up comedy. I did it once. I was trying to like push myself. I also was like, I'm giving up drinking, and I got in a car accident. And I was not from drinking; I was a passenger. Doesn't matter. But I was like, I'm gonna try stand up comedy. Like I'm gonna have like a new era. I'm a new Larissa, and I went and I did stand up comedy once. It was the most humiliating, degrading experience of my life, and I was like, I don't ever want to feel like that again. So he's sorry. What was I saying? So he's like talking about like, oh, all these people come in to do it, but like only the best rise to the crop, only the cream rise to the crop, only the best succeed. It's like people try, but they can't handle it. I'm a 3 and I can. So
People like the lifestyle more than the work. Nobody becomes a comic because they want to sit and write jokes all day. They become a comic because they want the applause. They want.
no, it's 3s that want the applause.
They want to walk off
Social 3s actually. So here's more points for being social, Dom.
stage and be like, "Where's the party?"
Yeah, that's true, right? Because people don't
And it
realize.
does. It gets you clout. It gets you entry. It gets you access. It gets you all kinds of stuff.
It's just a bar. It's like really just a bar. It's a bar business
Mhm.
with like a dancing guy.
Yeah, if you're like, I need to get a job.
He's also really good at because I feel like a lot of the time Theo. I mean, I don't watch Theo Vaughn anymore. Really, I sometimes watch him like from time to time, randomly if he's interviewing somebody. But most like a lot of people kind of are just like confused by Theo, and what Anthony's doing is like he's doing that comedy yes and thing, and he's just pinging off Theo to like amplify his own sort of agenda, which is really smart, but also 3-ish.
But I like to drink too much.
Yeah.
Become a comedian. Like in your set. Yeah. 2 birds, man.
Did it?
Yeah.
Did you ever almost get married? Was there ever a point where you almost got where like that almost happened for you?
Not like I about the same.
Okay, I'm just gonna like I did make some couple of just quick numbers, but I don't even know what the point
Would say this is really funny, but people are gonna hate me, and I'd be like, "You're right." But I don't care. That's fine. You can hate me and still laugh. You can't hate Jimmy and still laugh.
Right, and so he's like cultivated this kind of image because you would think like, oh, a 3 doesn't want to be hated, but it's like he has like a 7 wing 8 fix, a 9 wing 8 fix troll stuff. 7 wing 8s don't give a fuck. So he's got double don't give a fuck in his like try orientations archetype, and then but then he's got the 3 wing 4 thing of like he's cultivated a persona that is going to gain him applause in the way that he specifically wants. And it's like the 3-4 thing of like he's found a way to be original and unique without that being the main thing. It's like he's found his very specific flavor that's still mainstream enough or palatable enough that he can turn it into a success story. And that's where like 3 and 4 differ. You'll still find famous fours, like Morrissey, for example, but it's like his success is in spite of his personality. And that's the thing with fours is that they can become much lower percentage successful despite their personality and despite what they're doing, whereas the 3 and 4 is going to be trying to find that special niche where they can like have that big success but that still feels like them or like unique, like somehow unique or like their own sort of flavor.
So it just didn't work out.
Right.
But I was
And like I don't know if any comedians have tried to copy him or not. I don't think they would do it. They couldn't unless they were like a similar type. I don't think that you could really do this. And he's perfected it. He like zeroed in on it like a competency type. And this is also where I see a lot of SP is like he really like found his thing and then became really fucking good at it, which is SP. It's competency type. You know, if he was a core 7, it's hard to pick a thing and stick to it. You know.
Oh, I need to just write my own stuff and do it myself. Like I've got my own way of telling the jokes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That is
Oh yeah, it's a horrible dance you take us on. I mean, it's marvelous.
Yes, I knew what you meant.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's exceptionally. It's like, yeah, I feel like I always feel like it's that same feeling I get watching you and watching some of your material when I'm in a haunted house and I know I'm gonna be scared. Right, I'm walking through something.
Oh, he's doing a fear type frame, actually, funnily, but.
No, there's something right around the corner that's and I just keep going down the road, and then next thing you know, again, you got me again.
Thank you.
You know?
Yeah, I consider myself, when I describe it, as a horror film. Like, you're in good hands.
Yeah.
You're not watching a snuff film. This is like a real movie with real actors, and at the end you'll be satisfied, and there's gonna be some scares. Like, just
So like also 3 marketing.
enjoy it. It's all fun.
I'll tell you what you're gonna get. You're gonna like it. It's gonna be valuable. So just appreciate it.
I don't have a message. Just nihilism.
Did you ever feel like you were haunted? Like a lot of people, think that people are haunted and stuff like that. Did you ever have any, like at a certain point?
And of course, like Theo has to derail it and just like fucking like totally off topic and weird.
You have to look at yourself and be like, oh well, I am. There's something unique, there's something very Simon Birch about me or something,
Yeah, no, people ask me that all the time, like because I have a dark sensibility, like something happened to you, and it's like, no, I've had a very charmed life. Like I've had a great life. My parents are still together. There was no abuse. I was always drawn to violence and off.
I think 3s are drawn. I think 3 and 4 is probably more than 3 and 2s are probably drawn to violence because there's that simmering, self-loathing wing 4 shit, and then if he's got like double wing 8s, it's like there's violence, there's lust, but it's all in his shadow. So it's like comes out. Oh, and it's because like what's in your shadow, as per my theory, is what's in your wings, right? Is that can come out. That can probably come out more. That's like an area that he's sort of dipping into for like material and jokes. It's like, because it's still part of your personality type, but it's more like one that you don't have like ego investment in. It's like something you can just sort of play with a little bit. Like, a 7 wing 6s can do like self-deprecation a bit, but it's not like the water they swim in like a 6 wing 7, for example.
Full things in life. People just didn't talk about them, and I was like, why not? They're so important. Like, why is this so forbidden? Why does no one want to talk about death?
Yeah, and it's also like the 7, I think, urge to talk about taboo stuff or like be provocative or just say the stuff you're not allowed to say, because it's exciting. It causes friction. It causes a reaction.
Yeah.
When as a kid, I was shamed for that a lot, of like always being like, well, what about this? And they'd be like, stop talking about that. Like, we don't want to talk about the Challenger anymore, Anthony. Like, it blew up. Like, you're in first grade, just move on to other things. And I didn't understand.
I mean, to be generically using the word shame, you could say that's like he was consciously aware as a child of things that were causing him shame, maybe.
what was unhealthy about it. I thought if the greatest minds in history have been sitting there wondering what happens when we die, why is it weird for a kid to think about it?
Yeah.
So that them pushing back on me made me mad. And that anger carried me through my first 10 years of comedy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's some like assertive shit too, I think.
You get success and you let go of the anger, you're like, okay, what do I have left?
And also, I mean, I would put the like something to prove thing more in the 6 category, but I also think that it could just be like attachment, maybe of um, like I have something to prove. I'm gonna fuck all of you. I'm gonna be more successful than all of you. Um, oh, and you let go of the anger. What do I have left?
It's interest, you know.
Interesting. I don't think he's a body type. I think if you look him up on the internet, he'll come up as an Enneagram 8 or something. But no, he's not a body type. He's smooth. He's an image type. He's a heart type. He's a shame type, an identity type.
These topics interest me, and I want to find a way to make people laugh at them.
Wow, that's
Trying to get a reaction of the audience. Okay, where's the other thing I was 30?
Not a stealer. I never want to be like, oh.
I realized recently that I need to kind of chill out, you know. Not a lot. I'll bet like a couple $100 here and there on something. I've never bet $1,000 on something. But I do realize it's like I'm getting a little like when I get like testy or bored, I want to do something, you know.
You need to misbehave. I'm like that, where I'm like,
yes.
Like I'm like, I haven't.
What they're describing is the 7 shit. I mean, Theo's like, I gotta do something, so he's gonna go out and gamble or like fuck some nasty groupie. Anthony might be secretly doing that, but he's an image type, so he's gonna be more careful about it. And Theo Vaughn's, I think Theo Vaughn's been busted for like humping fans' girlfriends or dates or something.
I had to drink in like a year and a half. I don't consider myself I don't consider myself sober, but I've been drinking. But I need something. I need like a nicotine pouch or like some sort of like thing that's like, this is my misbehaving.
Yeah,
yeah, that's the 7 shit, man. That was so 70. It's like I think other types can have a thing, but they won't have the same orientation towards it. Where they'll try to find a way to justify it depending on what their personality type is. Or what's causing it, but I think like with the element of 7 and your type, it's like it's my naughty thing. It's my naughty little trait. Like, and I don't care if you don't like it. And core 7s are less likely probably to give a fuck. 3s will give a fuck to some level, so he's gonna have that urge, but it's probably gonna be kept under wraps or somewhat socially acceptable unless he's like in low health or stressed out or whatever.
Watch me misbehave. Where does that come from? That's something I've always had. You think that's just not a malady, but just a.
And also, like Theo Vaughn, I think is 7 wing 6, so he's probably got like a bit of counterphobic 6 in there, where it's like, you can't tell me what to do, Daddy. I'm gonna like, I'm gonna do something crazy.
A piece of human, like, do you think it's just something that's in you, or do you?
Yeah, it's in your personality type.
Think. Sorry, I got bugs in here because I think a lot of this stuff is outdated. We're in a Masonic temple, by the way.
This isn't all new stuff.
Also, he's like talking about his feelings. This is an interesting look at 2 assertive types. 3s kind of avoid their feelings. They avoid the feeling of shame. 7s avoid the feeling of fear and discomfort. I mean, we're all doing versions of avoiding something, right? With our personality type. You can watch my personality trap videos for more on that, although I'll probably update them soon because I don't know, my Enneagram knowledge has gotten much deeper than it was when I made those. But that's an area that I specifically find really interesting. And it's like, Theo immediately is like starting to dig into a little bit of like this discomfort, this uncomfortable area of like, I wonder what causes me to do this kind of like fucked up self-destructive thing. Well, you know what? We're in a Masonic temple. It's like he instantly has to distract himself. And then, Anthony is like, yeah, sure, just keep. I mean, it could just be 3 him just playing ball with him, but it's also like, yeah, I don't want to talk about this shit either. Like, I don't want to make myself look bad unless I've thought about it first and I can cultivate it and use it for my persona or my comedy.
Is this? Yeah, I think this isn't the room my show is in, but I think I'm in this theater.
Do I want to show anything else? Oh, maybe this one will be interesting. Did I already pull that? Yeah, okay. So again, like this might be helpful to people trying to figure out the difference between like 3 and 7 or whatever.
Once you got into this and really found who you were on stage, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like it happened for you pretty early, yeah? I feel like you've been Anthony Jeselnik, like, and your style, your cadence, your delivery has been, you locked in on that pretty early.
Yeah, I can't. It took me like a year, maybe a little over a year, to figure out like dark, like jokes, and the persona just kind of like formed around that.
Yeah,
Wow.
the persona formed around that. And you could argue everybody who does comedy has a persona, but specifically it will be like probably 9s and 3s that will have a persona. And it's going to be different reasons why they're doing it. Not like 9s are going to be doing it more to distance themselves, where it's like you're not seeing me, you're seeing this sort of projection or like this thing, but it's not me. You don't see me. I'm invisible. It's not about me. And 3s are going to be doing it more as like creating a persona that will get them what they want. You know.
And it was just
So you wrote dark jokes first, and then
I was absurd jokes. At
Yeah.
first, I was like, I took a class where they like talk about your life, and I'm like 22. I'm like, my life's not interesting. I can't tell anyone how to vote. I can't tell people like this different stuff, and no one wants to hear about
How do you tell people how to vote? This seems like a social dome thing again.
my life. I'm sick of telling the same story over and over again. And I love Jack Candy's deep thoughts.
yeah. Oh,
So I would
obsessed.
I would read them and write my own versions.
I feel like that. I mean, I don't really remember Jack Handy's deep thoughts, but I vaguely do, and I feel like that might even be a 3 7 9 type character or whatever.
And they were kind of absurd and silly.
A great exercise.
Yeah. And then one day I wrote a dark one with a dark twist. And
Remember what it was?
yes. Um, God, my girlfriend loves to eat chocolate. She's always eating chocolate, and she likes to joke she's a chocolate addiction. She'll be like, haha, keep away from those Hershey's bars, and it's really annoying. So one day I put her in the car and I drove her downtown and I pointed out a crack addict. And I said, you see that, honey? Why can't you be that skinny? And the open mic audience,
Wow.
it was just all open mic comics waiting for their turn, just went, oh. They didn't laugh, they just went, oh. And I was like, that's it.
Yeah. And I think that like he's seeking positive gaze or gaze that like reflects back to him that he's like onto something, you know, but he's also getting that 4 part of his personality satiated of like, oh, I did something dark. I held up a mirror and like people didn't like it, you know, like there's something, I'm tapping into something deeper. I'm tapping into something darker that other people are not. Like the normies aren't really, ooh, you know. And then the 7 provocations, and I think you, like I said, wing 8's on there as well. It's like coming out to play.
Short, dark, like don't be too silly.
Because if you were to look at him, I mean, like I said, he's like a dark frat boy, but it's like you wouldn't expect kind of some of the jokes that he tells if you're just looking at him, you know. So again, I think this is like shadow. He's kind of in this like dissonance with his audience at all times, like because he's got wing 4 and probably again, if Contra's the thing, then he's like kind of like almost, and the 7 wing 8, there's almost like these elements of his personality that are kind of like working against him as a 3 on some level. But so I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if like behind closed doors he has like secret shame spirals or like self doubts and stuff, and he just shows up as like really cocky and confident and like, oh, I'm just throwing out these jokes, but they're actually really curated and probably well thought about. As a competency type, he's not going to really feel, and with 9, I think he's not going to really feel totally equipped to go out into the world unless he really has that on lock. And I mean, you could watch this video because I think he does talk a little bit about that kind of thing. Actually, I just want to show one more thing. Wait, oh no, wait, I have it here. Okay. Just to contrast, because I think I'll segue into like Natasha Leggero, and I think he had a bunch of, they're really funny. Oh, this hair is killing me. Oh, this is okay.
Joy, my favorite things are very polarizing, and so I don't mind being polarizing. I feel like I'm at the same level as artists that I appreciate and admire. That if everyone was laughing, I'd feel a little weirded out. Like
Yeah.
I'd wonder what I was doing wrong. You know, I like to think of
Yeah, and that's some 4 stuff coming in there, and some 7 stuff probably. like, because you don't want to be like the normies. Like, if the normies like what you're doing, there's something wrong with you. But he still is kind of with a chunk of normies. He's not going to do the force shit of like burning it all down because a bunch of normies it caught on. He's not going to try to like sabotage his own image over that. But there might still be, like I said, this kind of tension with his own self-image when things do hit, and like he might be like, yeah, and then later be like, ugh, like I have to innovate more, like the 7 thing, to like sort of, there might be that assertive need to like kind of move forward and move the wing 4 thing, but moving away. Oh no, now they're catching up to me. They're on to me. It's too easy now. It's too accessible. I got to make it a little bit weirder. So actually, I'm excited to watch this new special because.
Agree or disagree? It sucks to have people in the audience.
Ugh, the worst.
The worst.
This is Natasha Leggero. I'm leaning social, sexual, 3 wing 2, 7 wing 6, 9 wing 8 for her, so she's got similar elements to Anthony Jeselnik.
I mean, my dad told all of our like swamp relatives from New Orleans to come to one of my shows, and they sat in the first 2 rows, got kicked out. We had to ask them to leave. I mean, it was a nightmare.
Your father once heckled me at a comedy club in Florida. He just kept screaming, Anthony, Anthony. And I'm like, what is happening? And finally, I'm like, what, sir, what? And he just goes, I'm Natasha's dad. What type of person becomes a necrophiliac?
The kind of person who feels so inadequate with a living sexual partner that he has to find solace in a corpse.
3.
How many cases of necrophilia each year go unreported by the victims?
I guess all of them.
If you have sex, and I mean if you have sex, with a hot 16-year-old corpse, is that statutory necrophilia?
Yes.
Gay necrophilia seems safer because if someone catches you, you can just say you were comparing dicks. Do all morticians who have sex with dead bodies lie about it?
I've never spoken to a mortician who has sex with dead bodies, so I can't really comment intelligently on it.
Say it. Say they do all lie about it.
I will not say that.
Say all morticians lie about having sex with dead bodies.
I will say no variation of that sentence.
We're going to hold up a sign underneath your picture that says that all morticians have sex with dead bodies and then lie about it.
See, and I think he has just kept pushing it to see how much he can get away with. Another Natasha Leggero one, maybe not. I don't think I have the fortitude to go looking for more. You can find them. I think you have to like pay for them on YouTube, which I'm not gonna do. So this is Mark Maron. I think Mark Maron might be, I don't know, some kind of 793-ish thing too, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't thought about his type. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna end that. Oh, stop. Why is this so hard? Why is it always so hard? I wish this made it easier. Anyways, so Anthony Jeselnik's type, 3 wing 4, 7 wing 8, 9 wing 8. So that makes him, well, I'm just going to call it dark frat boy. That works. But usually I call the 379 try Fawn Star, Pixie Grifter. That doesn't really work for him. But I mean, it's kind of like a scam artist a little bit. Try. It's, yeah, kind of a party animal, sort of. He doesn't seem very party animal oriented, but I think that has to do with his type. Maybe he is a party animal, I'm not sure. And he has wing 4 and wing 8, double wing 8. So just extra negative, extra dark, extra fucked up, extra willing to provoke and get a reaction out of people. But because of his type, he's able to do it in this like deadpan kind of, it's almost sociopathic, like walled way. His humor is accessible. It's not absurd enough for him to be a core 7, I don't think. Do you have any other points? And then if he's 3 wing 4, so then his alter ego type would be 479. Must be why I like him. Okay, goodbye.